A young boy was enjoying a trip with his family when he soon vanished into thin air. The parents found him months later, but was this the same boy? The disappearance of Bobby Dunbar. Welcome to episode 2 of Histories and Mysteries. For today's mystery, we're going to look at the disappearance of Bobby Dunbar. So I hope you enjoy this. Robert Dunbar was born on May 23rd, 1908 in Opelousas, Louisiana. In 1912, Bobby's family went on a fishing trip at Swansea Lake, but the parents had lost Bobby while on the trip. After an 8-month search, the Dunbars met William Walters, who was with a boy that looked an awful lot like Bobby. William claimed that the boy was Charles Bruce Anderson, who was the son of one of his employees. The police took William into custody to have the Dunbars come take a look at the boy in order to identify him as their own son. Now, newspapers had different accounts then of what actually happened when the family came. Some say that Bobby was overcome with joy recognizing his parents and his younger brother, while others claimed that there was no familiarity at all, and even the parents had doubts that this was Bobby. Nevertheless, Bobby was taken back into the family. Julia Anderson, the mother of Bruce Anderson, was alarmed to find out that her son had been taken into a new family and her employer now in prison. She later had a chance to view him, but he didn't seem to recognize her either, and she also had doubts herself. However, after undressing the boy, she could see the scars and the moles of him and could very well recognize them and identify this boy as her own son. But at this point, people already knew about her earlier account where she said that she didn't recognize him, and so that had already taken off, so everything that she's saying now, they didn't really care about or believe anymore. Julia went back to her hometown to gather support. Many of the people there knew William very well and knew that he was acquainted with Bruce, and they also knew him as a good guy. He probably wouldn't have kidnapped anyone. But despite that, and the many people that testified for Julia, Bobby ended up living with the Dunbars and having his name as Bobby Dunbar for the rest of his life. Apparently, in 1945, years later, Bobby had talked with Julia's other children, Hollis and Jules. After leaving a service station where the children had worked, Bobby recounted, "Those are the people they came to pick me up from." After talking with them, he realized that they could be related to his original parents, and he seemed pretty clear about remembering the day that he was taken. William was eventually released from prison as an alternative to a retrial. He lived the remainder of his life sure that he was innocent and that he never kidnapped Bobby. Bobby's granddaughter, years later, wanted to do some investigative work of her grandfather. She went in with the insistence that her grandfather was Bobby Dunbar, and that he was not missing, and that this was not Bruce Anderson, and that this was actually Bobby Dunbar. However, after several interviews with the Andersons and also looking into the court case, she kind of had a change of mind. In 2004, the Associated Press asked Bobby Dunbar Jr. if he could provide a DNA sample. They compared the DNA sample to his cousin, who was the son of Alonzo Dunbar. Alonzo was Bobby's younger brother, and so they tried to compare the DNA to see if they were blood related. As a result, they found out that the cousins were not blood related. This once and for all confirmed that Bobby all along was actually Bruce, and that the real Bobby had gone missing and to this day has never been found or anything. Now, the only theories that I could find about what might have happened to Bobby is like his parents killed him for like an insurance thing in order to get money, but I think it's a little out there. And another one is that this was in like southern Louisiana where he was at the time on vacation, and so he could have been eaten by an alligator, which would explain like why there was no body found. I think that one makes a little bit more sense. I don't really know what happened. I probably would go with the alligator one, but who knows? Maybe he could have been kidnapped by someone else or went missing or got abducted by aliens. I don't know. But I wondered if Bobby's mother ever like questioned, is this really my son? What if he's still out there? What if this actually is Bruce Anderson? She just kind of went along with it. Like, did you not ever feel guilty that this could be a different boy that she took from a different mother and gonna have to live with that for the rest of her life? Or did she just say, no, this is my son? I don't know. Because it would be definitely very hard to get over the loss of a child like that. And so I think by that point you might be able to do anything that you can in order to find a way to cope with that. But yeah, this is probably one of the more like well-known mysteries and stuff like that. I think BuzzFeed Unsolved did an episode about this. I don't remember for sure, but I think they did. Yeah, so sorry if you already knew about this, and sorry that this is kind of short, but there wasn't a whole bunch about it. That's not really a whole bunch to talk about it. I just kind of talked about what I could, really. I hope you enjoyed this episode, despite it being kind of short. I hope the series can continue in a more consistent way. I've had a lot of time off school, and so that really helped with putting all this stuff together. I do not think that these will come out as often or consistent as they have been, but that's only because I had more time. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future because this is just kind of like a test. Something to kind of try out, something to do when I'm not playing video games, basically. It's kind of like a side passion project kind of thing. But if you did enjoy, I guess stay tuned for next time. I don't want to be one of those... You don't have to like and subscribe. Don't do it, in fact. Watch the video. That's it. That's it. Have your own opinion to yourself. You don't need to express it to me. I don't really care. Most of you watching this video know me in person anyway, so you probably just tell me. But anyway, until next time.